Over the years, February 14th has been associated with romance, while others have thought it as a Christian holiday because it was named after Valentine, a Christian saint in the Roman Catholic Church. Let's talk a little bit about this saint by the name Valentine. Saint Valentine was a Roman Catholic priest during the reign of Emperor Claudius II, who persecuted the church at that particular time. This emperor prohibited the marriage of young people because he believed that unmarried soldiers fought better than married soldiers, because married soldiers might be afraid of what might happen to their families, hence affecting their commitment in war. Saint Valentine went against the emperor's decrees and was secretly wedding people, which therefore led to his imprisonment. While held captive, he presented the gospel to his jailer, the judge Asterius. The judge then challenged Saint Valentine to prove that the gospel of Christ was really true. The jailer then brought one of his adopted daughters, who happened to be blind, and Saint Valentine laid his hands upon her and she was healed immediately, a miracle which caused the jailer to be converted to Christianity. Before his execution, Valentine wrote a note to Julia, the jailer's daughter, who had miraculously received her eyesight after Valentine prayed for her. The letter comprised of a message to encourage Julia to stay close to Jesus and to thank her for being his friend. He signed the note, quote-unquote, from your Valentine, and that inspired people to begin writing their own loving messages on Valentine's feast day, on 14th of February, the day he was beheaded. Later on, after Rome adopted Christianity, the Roman Empire fell and the Holy Roman Empire began. The church opposed the pagan practice that was happening in Lupercalia, an ancient Roman festival which was celebrated every year in honor of Lupercus, the god of fertility. The festival entailed open practice of sexual immorality, something that the church was totally against. When Pope Gelasius came to power in the late 5th century, he put an end to Lupercalia, and soon after, the Catholic Church declared February 14th to be a day of feast to celebrate the martyred Saint Valentine. Hence, to get rid of the feast of Lupercalia, Pope Gelasius instead changed it from 15th to 14th February and called it Saint Valentine's Day. Therefore, Valentine's Day was gotten from this point, whereby there was a rebranding of a pagan festival by the name Lupercalia. For instance, as part of the practices in Lupercalia festival, which entailed pulling of girls' names from boxes, people were to show names of murdered saints instead from a box and were expected to emulate the life of the saint whose name they had drawn from the box. Hence, Valentine's Day was just a rebranding of a pagan festival by the name Lupercalia. As with most non-biblical customs found in the church today, Lupercalia was simply given a Christian-sounding name and adopted into the Universal Catholic Church. They did this to make it easier for pagan converts who were coming into their new popular Christianity, because these pagans were unwilling to give up their satanic pagan rituals. So instead of stopping the growth of paganism of the church, the Romans took the approach of blend and incorporate. Therefore, changing the name of a pagan ritual doesn't change the fact that it is still a pagan ritual. During the Middle Ages, it began to be incorporated with love, and that's where much of what we know of it today comes from. The aim of my narration is not to condemn the practice of expressing love to our partners, for example through buying them flowers or taking them out on a date, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hence, the point is, before embarking to celebrate a certain day in a year, desire to know its roots first, so as you don't end up getting lost in the crowd of ignorance.